Hi everyone, I hope you are doing well and good. I am Sasidhar, a product trainer from Zoho SalesIQ, and today we will be discussing the powerful ways to boost e-commerce engagement with Zobot in SalesIQ. It's just gonna be a fun session where we will interact and build bots for different e-commerce use cases. We have our product experts in the panel, so if you have any questions, please keep them coming in the question session. We will try to answer them. And we will also send the recording of this webinar to your email for further reference. Once again, I'm glad to welcome you all for today's session. Before jumping into the webinar, let me tell you how I have planned this. First, I'll give you a brief introduction about SalesIQ, followed by why do e-commerce business needs chatbot in the first place. Next, I'll give you a quick demo of a real-time Zobot that I've built for e-commerce industry integrating with the Zoho Commerce. Then we will brush up the basics of Zobot and the platforms to build them. Next, we will dive deep into our most popular codeless bot feature and learn how to make a chatbot for different touchpoints like personalized engagement, tracking orders, product suggestions, and more by using plugs. Then I'll take you through our newest addition, which is the autopilot feature. So without any further ado, let's jump into the session. So what is SalesIQ? Zoho SalesIQ is a all-in-one customer engagement platform where you can engage, retrieve, and retain customers. It is basically a tracking and live chat software that can help you to prospect, filter, engage, and segment every visitor on your website as well as mobile application. On whole, SalesIQ is an intelligent software to help you boost sales, support, and marketing activities for your business. So, as we all know, Zobot in SalesIQ is a bot development platform to build compelling chatbots to automate customer interaction. You can program these bots to respond, act, and qualify customer based on your business. Moreover, they can run on both website and as well as mobile application. We all know e-commerce has been a game changer for the past decade. It has drastically influenced the way people purchase. This pandemic broke all the existing rules by embracing automation, and it makes the customer experience more personalized. Zobot is an excellent tool for automation as it focuses on conversational marketing. With the increased demands and competitions, you have to find a new way to meet your customers' expectations. You can use Zobot and provide a strong engagement strategy as it acts as a new channel to drive more sales by recommendation, provide instant support by autopilot, and more. So according to a survey by data-driven investor, e-commerce industry uses chatbots more, and it is one industry that is more likely to get benefited by implementing chatbots than other industries. So let's look how and why does e-commerce business needs a chatbot. Well, people visit your website when they need something, and if they can't find what they're looking for, they leave. Your website will often have what visitors want, but they may not be able to find it due to distraction, time, readability, and many other factors. Ultimately, they leave and you lose them. So the problem is lack of engagement. But by using SalesIQ, you can set up a live chat widget on your site to help your visitors. But what if you have a huge business? Thousands of visitors may wind up on your website every day, and your operators cannot assist every single one of them, no matter how efficient they are. So the next question is, how can you increase your operators' productivity and reduce their workload? So this is where bots come into play. They can generate and qualify leads, showcase key values, answer questions, promote business, gives personalized suggestions, and more. With their built-in smart AI capabilities, they can use natural language, so many people may not even realize that they're talking to the bot in the first place. So bots can save your operator time by handling general and routine questions. It may be 1 or 100 visitors. The bot can manage all of them simultaneously. Unlike human operators, the bot can work 24/7 throughout the year, and it's basically free of cost. SalesIQ doesn't charge extra for chatbots. You just have to set it up, and that's it. Zobot is entirely user-based, meaning it acts according to how you build and define it. It is highly customizable and it can be programmed based on whatever trend and business criteria you need or you have. SalesIQ offers 7 different platforms to build bots. The first one is the Codeless Bot Builder, which helps you to build Zobot without any code and control your conversation like a flowchart. However, if you prefer code, then we have SalesIQ Script Bot platform that uses Deluge as a scripting language to build your Zobot. We also have ZSkills, which is AI driven, where you can build and train your Zobot. If you wish to connect your Zobot to its internal services, we have webhooks and you can use them. And finally, we have third-party integrating platforms such as Dialogflow, Azure from Microsoft, and Watson Assistant from IBM, where you can integrate your bot easily with those services. In this session, we are going to focus on how to build an effective Zobot using the Codeless Bot Builder. Before jumping into the builder, let's have a quick demo of the bot that I have built for the e-commerce business integrating with the Zoho Commerce. The first step in building a bot is planning. Try to create a list of all your business problems where you think bot could be used. It may be receiving a lot of questions and not getting back to your customers at the right time, or low customer satisfaction, or operator getting tired of solving the repetitive questions, and more. That's where we need to improve support by having the autopilot functionality. Or if your customers aren't aware of your best offers and discounts, you will receive more questions about the products than you would otherwise. That's where you need to strengthen up your sales and marketing activities. So when you list and rank your problems according to the priority, you'll have a better idea and where to concentrate and what type of bot you want. So these are the list of problems which I think the bot will be helpful. Providing the personalized suggestions, reminding about the cart, help capturing feedbacks, tracking the orders by providing the tracking URL, and answering general questions by the autopilot functionality, and transferring the chats to the operator for more complex issues. I've made a different flow for existing and new customers. So this is the URL and QR code for the site on which the bot is deployed. Let's wait a couple of seconds so that everyone could navigate to the site, and we will take a look at this bot together. So this is the e-commerce site I've built and the SalesIQ live chat widget, and here comes the bot. This is the new customer flow, meaning when someone is not registered as your customer, they'll get this response. You might have a question, how does the bot knows I'm an existing customer or not? Using the email, the bot will check if you're an existing customer or not in your e-commerce database and acts according to it. So initially, I'm providing the user with 4 options. Deal of the day, I want to buy, I need assistance, and about Zilker. Let's explore one by one, starting with deal of the day. So the bot shows me a product along with its offer. It has the product picture, description, rating, price, and the landing page URL of the product. Next, let's go back with I want to buy flow. The bot gives me an option of launched and upcoming products. So if you want to create lead for your upcoming products, you can use this flow like this. The bot shows me a couple of videos of the upcoming product. Then if the user or customer is interested, you can get their information such as name and email and generate a lead in your CRM. I'll show how the lead generation works in CRM on the other side, the Codeless Bot Builder. Now let's see how to place an order with the bot. So let's go with I want to buy flow and click on launched. Let's go ahead with OnePlus. Then Let's choose not to, confirm, and buy now. Then I'm providing the name, email, and it asks me for the OTP to verify the email. So the OTP would be 7206. Yes, the verification is successful. So next it asks my phone number. Then I'm getting the visitor's preferred date via calendar, and then the location from the location map widget. Here you go, the order is placed. So if you want to add a payment method, you can also generate a payment link and provide it as an URL in the bot itself. Next, let's click on About Zilker. So the bot shows me a couple of articles. So this is how you can manually show your resource section via the bot. So next, let's go ahead with I need assistance flow. Let me type out the issue. Maybe can I know about the cancellation policy? When I asked a question, the bot replied me with an article. This is the autopilot feature. You can avoid repetitive and general questions by implementing the autopilot feature. I'll explain you in detail while we're building the bot. Now let's explore the existing customer flow. Let me sign into my account. So I've signed in and now I'll get the existing customer flow. Previously we got 4 options, but now we only get 3, and the track my order is not available for the new customers as they won't have any orders on their list. Now let's click on track orders. I have ordered a product previously and it is listed here. Let me click on it. It shows when the order is shipped and the tracking URL along with it. So the customers who have ordered the product previously, they can see when the order is dispatched and the tracking URL along with it. Next, we'll go with I need assistance flow. This would be a different flow from the previous I need assistance flow. I have given 2 options to connect with an agent and to raise a ticket. Let's raise a ticket. Let me type out an issue, maybe an issue with one of my recent orders. The name, the email, and the bot has raised the ticket and gives me the ticket ID for my reference. So this would be the bot that I have built for the e-commerce use case. Let's go ahead with the bot builder and look at the bot even more further to understand it properly. This is the live view where we can see our website visitors. Let's navigate to the bot. For that, click on Settings, Zobot, and then click on Add. Give your bot a name and choose the platform as Codeless Bot Builder. Next, set up the bot profile and configuration based on your preference, and then finally click on Create. You will be now navigated to the Codeless Bot Builder. This is where you can build your bot by just dragging and dropping elements. This is the block gallery with different blocks of different actions where you can use them and build your bot. So, response blocks are used to provide instant replies by text, article, video, and links. Next, input blocks collect information from the visitor. You can use a button block to suggest a flow-based decision, the calendar block to help you get the date and time, and the location blocks to get location from the visitor. Next, action blocks. These blocks are used to perform action based on visitors' needs. You can route the flow based on some criteria using criteria router, send email during the bot conversation by using send email card, then transfer the chat to operator by using the forward card. Next we have end blocks. You can use these blocks to end the bot conversation. Next, data blocks. These blocks are used to collect type-based information such as name, email, phone, and the visitor field blocks are used to collect other inputs or other custom data. Integration blocks are used to integrate the bot with other applications. All the essential and important actions are present over here, but if you think you want a specific action or any custom action like OTP verification, that can be achieved by using plugs. We will see this in the later part of the session. But there is an important concept that you must be aware of. They are default values and bot context. Type the percentage symbol in any bot replies, and these are the default values of the visitor. If you remember the bot's demo, before the bot triggered, it asked me my name, email, and phone. When you or your customers give these info, SalesIQ saves them, and when you visit again, SalesIQ will remember you by using these informations. You can actually fetch those information and use it in the bot to make the conversation more personalized. If you want to get other information or custom responses from the visitor during the bot conversation, you can do that by using the bot context or visitor fields. For example, let's take the visitor's preferred time and save it in the bot context and see how it works. The calendar block. Click on the bot context checkbox and type a name to save the response. So now you've saved the visitor's preferred date in the bot context called visitor.date. Now let's fetch this visitor.date in a quick reply card. Let's test the bot and see how the bot context works. So this is how you can save the visitor's response and use it in the further flow. Next, how can we connect the bot with other third-party application? We already have an integration blocks for it. If you have Zoho CRM or Salesforce, you can integrate your account with SalesIQ and create a lead or contact or create a deal. If you're willing to create a support ticket, use associate ticket block and create a ticket on Zoho Desk or Zendesk. If you want your visitors to add on your mailing list of Zoho campaigns or MailChimp, you can do that by using add to mailing list block. Now you might have a question. How can I integrate other application that is not listed here? Well, you can do that by using plugs. Basically, plugs run on an online scripting language called Deluge. You can create a custom action or an action that involves other app integration and bring it into the bot builder like other blocks. You can send inputs by bot context and make an action and then get the output from the plug and save it in the bot context again to show the output to the visitor. To create a plug, navigate to Settings, Developers, Plugs, then click on Add. Provide the name to the plug and choose the platform and click on Create. So this is the plug builder and they run on Deluge. If you're aware of Zoho Creator, you might as well know this too. Deluge is robust and easy to use because of its user-friendly syntax. This builder offers a drag and drop user interface with syntax suggestions, so you don't have to refer manuals as often you do with the traditional languages. Here you can provide the input and output parameters required and you can also test your plug here. To understand plug better, let's take a simple example, maybe how to verify the visitor using OTP. If we break down the OTP verification process to 3, the first one would be generating the OTP, The second one would be sending the generated OTP via email. The third one would be getting the visitor from OTP and check if that's correct. Let's look at the first step. Let's discard this plug and go to the plug which I've made for the OTP generation. So the first step in writing a plug is we have to declare the input and output parameters. So what do you think we need for generating the OTP? We need the visitor's email. As the output, we need to pass the generated OTP. So providing the parameters and select its data type. Secondly, writing the logic. Here, using the random number function, I'm creating a random number and passing it to the output parameter, that is OTP. So let's test this plug. It asks my email as this plug needs an email to run. So this is the generated OTP for this email. So now let's go to the bot builder to place this plug. First, let's get the email by the email card. Then let's click on plug block and select the plug. Now provide the input and output parameters. For email, we can provide the default value so that the plug runs and create an OTP for this specific email and save the output OTP with the bot context again to send it to the visitor. Next, we can use send email card and we can send the generated OTP to the visitor. Let's choose the from, to and the subject. And the bot context on the body. Let's check it out. Yeah, I've got the OTP. So this is the overview and working of the codeless bot builder and plug. And here we have some useful shortcuts like undo, redo and more. Now let's navigate to the bot that we have seen in the demo. This is the exact bot flow which we saw in the demo. As you see, the flow is pretty big and I could easily control the conversation like a simple flow chart. This is the main advantage of using the codeless bot builder because it can withstand huge capacity of flows. So we saw a different flow for new and existing customers, right? I did it using the email. So initially I'm passing the email as the plug input and check if the email is in the e-commerce database or not. And if it does, I'm routing to existing flow, and if it doesn't, I'm routing to the new customer flow. Let's look at the plug. So in the input parameter, I'm passing the email, and as the output parameter, I'm passing some value. This is the logic for the plug, and I've created a connection with Zoho Commerce. We'll talk about the connection later. So I've also invoked the URL and framed the output based on it. Let's check the plug. Let me give my email. The plug runs and gives me a JSON from the Zoho Commerce. So according to it, if the user status code is 1, the user is an existing customer. And if the status code is 0, the user is new. So I'll pass this yes or no value as the plug output, that is the user status. So with this, using the criteria router, I'll split the conversation flow. So if the context variable, that is the bot context, equals is existing customer, and if the value is yes, it's routed to existing customer flow. If the value is no, it is routed to new customer flow. Now we'll look into the existing customer flow. So by using quick reply card, I'm providing a message and a picture. Then by using the button card, I'm providing 3 options and splitting the flow based on the user's choice. When the user selects the track my order option, first I'll get the email, and by using plugs, I'll display the list of shipped orders. Then the user will get their shipped order along with can't find my order option. If they find the order that they're looking, they'll be routed to this flow. This is where we can fetch the order details from the API call and providing all the necessary information like shipping address, delivery date, order name, order number, quantity, cost, tracking URL, shipping date, and many using these API call. These responses are saved in the bot context, and using the quick reply card, I've provided all the necessary information to the visitor. Next is I need assistance flow. When the user clicks on this, I have given two options, raise a ticket and chat to support. When the user clicks on the raise a ticket, I'll get the issue using the visitor field card and save it in the bot context, then the name, email, and then I'll pass this information to the associate ticket card. This is same as the plug card. You must pass the input and output parameters. So for the subject, I've passed the issue which we have saved in the bot context and set the status, priority, classifications, and department as per your requirement. Once the ticket is created, this will return the ticket ID and number. Save it and provide the ticket number to the user for the further reference. So now we have covered the existing flow. I could have also provided many options here, but I've provided only 3 because when you provide your users with many choice, they may get confused and may not even approach the bot. You can use the bot in many perspectives. In a sales and marketing perspective, I've given this deal of the day option basically to showcase my offer to increase sales. The next track my order option is a self-service option where the user can track their orders with just 2 clicks. This is more essential and usable. The next I need assistance flow. This is for the support purpose. Now we will look at the new customer flow. Here I've given 4 options. Deal of the day, I want to buy, I need assistance, and about Zilker. The deal of the day option is the same as we looked before. I've used the criteria router and provided the offers based on the location. Like this, you can also provide product suggestions. For example, you can use plugs and get the user's interest and provide product suggestions based on it. There are more criteria available. Say if a visitor visits a particular product more than 20 times and not buying it, there may be a problem. On that time, you can make the bot to send out a message and connect to an operator using the forward card. So you can route the flow based on the different criteria and choose the ones that fits your requirement. Then I have the link card to provide the product suggestion. Also, be precise while you are providing the details, meaning only give the necessary information that is required. Here, I have given the product name and its rating to know if it's a good product or not, and its discounted price. If you give the product description and other details here, that would make the bot messy. So this is pretty much enough. If the user wants to know additional information, they'll go to the URL. And these are the other link cards. You can also add the visitors to the mailing list by collecting the name, email, and phone. If you are using campaigns, when you have integrated your campaign account with SalesIQ, all your campaign list will be listed here. You can choose it as per your requirement. Then I want to buy flow. The reason I've given this flow is to generate hot leads. Many customers would be thrilled to look at the upcoming products. Even I was thrilled at the days of iPhone 14's release. So I've provided some information about the upcoming product, and if they're interested, I've collected their info and created a lead in CRM. So when the product is released, we can follow up them on the CRM. then placing an order. Some customers would be picky, they know what they want, so for them, this flow would be useful. Instead of them searching on the site for the products, they can place an order with the bot in several steps. If you want, you can also provide an option to connect with your sales team. Now we will look at the I need assistance flow. This is quite different from the existing customer I need assistance flow. So initially I'm receiving the issue and routing it to the autopilot block. The autopilot is our newest addition to our bot family. If you're aware of the answer bot in SalesIQ, then the autopilot is same as the answer bot. So the answer bot is now available as a block inside the Codeless Bot Builder. So when you ask a question, the bot replies with a resource. Generally, resources are the brain for autopilot. These resources above mentioned articles, FAQs, small talks and business terms are what is used to train the autopilot. The bot uses these resources to analyze visitors' questions and answer them. So your resource module, especially articles and FAQs, should be high quality and thorough for the autopilot to function effectively. We recommend having a minimum of 50 resources in each category. The more resources, the more influential your bot will be. So you can use the autopilot block and answer your routine and general questions and save your operator times for the complex ones. You can also customize the bot reply when it finds or it cannot find the resource, and you can also provide a follow-up actions. Say if the article isn't clear, you can route it to your operators to solve the issue. Finally, we have the About Zilker flow. I've used article card to display all the terms and conditions and other legal documents. So this is pretty much about the bot's flow. So on the whole, to achieve different touch points of the customer, we have routed the flow based on different criteria. There are many e-commerce businesses and every business has a unique requirement. So my suggestion would be find out the problems which you think bot could solve and draw a basic flowchart in a pen or paper. Then start building the bot. This would give you a clear idea of what you want and what you need. With this, we have come to the very end of the webinar. At last, let's see how to integrate the SalesIQ and Zoho Commerce without any code. So navigate to your Zoho Commerce Chatbot, then head over to the settings, then click on Zoho SalesIQ Live Chat. You can map your portal and the brand here. Then click on Connect. Now you'll be able to see the SalesIQ Live Chat widget on your website. And these are some of our customers who use SalesIQ, and we encourage you to build bots and assist your customers in a smart way. I hope you found this session useful. I'll see you in the next session. Thank you for joining and have a nice day.